Hi guys, it's Ali and welcome to today's video. So today guys, I'm starting with my first Christmas project on camera for Tania at Tatty Treasures. It's a kit called Rustic Retreat. There is a video with a flip through. So today I thought I'd come on and start the cover. Now I've never done a cover like this before. I don't know whether it's going to work. I'm just going to try it. If it doesn't, I'll just make another one. So what I've got is, I've got some grey board. Mine measures 9 by 6, and then I've got a roll of corrugated card. I've cut pieces to cover my journal cover. So what I want to do first is put the cover together. Like I said, I've not made one this way before with corrugated card. I have used card on the front, but not all over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a bit of a gap there. I'm going to use some of this painter's tape, and I'm just going to go down the middle and then just cut that. And then the same, just leave a little gap so that you can open and close your journal without any problems. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to come on, turn it over. Should have done it on the desk before I put the paper down, really, never mind. Turn it over, and as you can see, that's moved a little bit, so I'm going to just put it in a little bit more because I don't want too big of a gap. Like that. I'm going to put that over. I'm going to put that over. That piece is okay. Okay, and then I'm going to put a piece down to cover that. Okay, and then a piece down to cover that. So that's the structure of my cover. Let me just make sure everything's stuck down. Now then, let me just, so that's my spine. Okay, now I have cut a piece of corrugated card for the spine as well. I don't know whether I'm going to put it on. Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to glue these pieces on first. I'm just going to use my wet glue to do this with. Let's just get rid of the blockage in the it sticks to it. This is collal I've got in here. I'm going to be quite generous because I don't want it to come apart. Okay, so this is going to be my back. Back. I'll just make sure that's not on. You don't want it over the spine because you'll not be able to open your journal. And then the same with this other piece. Should have inked it before I put it on. Never mind, I'll try and do it now. Yeah, like I said, and I've had this room upside down looking for white gesso. I've got 2 new ones and 1 open, and can I find some white gesso? Can I? Can't find it anywhere. I've been an hour looking for it. I've given up. It's driving me insane. I'm just going to use clear. I just like a bit of white gesso. So as you can see, that's my front and back. I just thought this, with it being a rustic kind of journal kit, that the cardboard would be nice. Now I don't even think I'm going to put some I've cut this for that, but it's just going to add extra bulk. I was just going to put some fabric down, or should we put that down? Yeah, we'll put it down. It'll stop it from it's just a bit another layer, isn't it? Stop it from ripping. Let's just cut a little bit off, and then I've got some fabric that I'm hopefully going to put over the top. Let's just put this down the middle of the spine, just making sure it's not restricted from opening. Okay, now then, I think I'll paint first before I put on I've got this piece of green here. I'm going to put a piece of that down the spine. Yeah, we'll paint first before we start messing about with fabric. Right, so what I've got here is I've got some clear gesso, because like I said, I cannot find, I couldn't tell you how many pots of white gesso. I've got loads of it, so I'm just going to do some clear, just then my paints will stick a bit better. This is just a primer. If you've never heard of gesso, this is clear gesso, so I'll still be able to see the corrugated card underneath, which is nice. Like I said, I was looking for me white, but it's nowhere to be found at the moment, so yeah, I'm just gonna roll with this one. It's just so the paints will stay a bit nicer. Okay, I'm not bothered about the middle because you're not going to see that, it's going to be covered up. It's not the easiest working with corrugated card, to be honest. This is quite thick gesso, this one. 13 Arts it is. Quite a thick one. I'm not sure I like it so thick, but anyway, we've done it now, haven't we? So right, let me just get a wet wipe and just wipe the rest of this gesso off. If you haven't got gesso, you can just do your paints. It just acts like as a primer, you know, if you've never used it before. That brush is not the best neither, I'm not keen on that. Right, okay, so let's just put that over there and let's just dry off this gesso. Put that out the way. I hope this works. I do hope it works. I've got a vision. Right, I'm just going to dry off, guys, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have dried off that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush. Now, dry brushing just means that you just use a dry brush, put it in your paint and paint over. Now, I've chosen a couple of colours. I think I'm going to go with these two. I'm going to put a bit of this on first. This is just a cheap one, Crafters Workshop one. I don't know whether I got it from the range or from the work, somewhere like that. So you just put some on your mat. Okay. And then you just work your brush in like that. And then you just, yeah, just dry brush. No water involved. And like, because it's a rusticy kind of journal as well, I want to be able to see the corrugated card underneath. So I'm not going to go over, you know, heavy-handed with the painting. I have got a metallic one to go over the top of this. Let's do a little bit on this side. Just get some more paint. Oh, it's a bit much. Never mind. Where can we put it? I hope you can see, guys. Looking in my brush, and like I said, just up and down motion with your, like a flicky motion. I'm not going to bother with the spot. I'll do a little bit, but you're not going to see underneath there anyway. Let's just, I'm going to use the rest of this paint off. I'll have to do inside as well, so we'll have to do it step by step. I'll do the front first and then we'll do inside. Right, I'm just going to dry off that first layer, guys, and then I shall be back. Okay, so that dries really quickly. Let's have a look at this one now. This is a pistachio green. Let's just see if there's any difference. I'm just going to put a little bit on me. This is a metallic, this one, so we'll get a nice, just get a nice bit of a sheen. Can't really see much difference. I am going to use it, but I'm going to come in with a lighter one as well, a different colour green. Let's just, yeah, it's very similar, that one, isn't it? Although it's metallic, you can see the you're not going to see much of the front covering either, really, because it's going to be embellished, but yeah, no, you can't really notice that, to be fair. So let us just get rid of that off my paintbrush. Right, let's have a look what other colours I've got. I don't know whether to come in with this frosted pearl. Let's just try a little bit of this. a minty colour. Yeah, let's just put a little bit of that on as well, just as another layer. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm just going to dry that off. Okay, so I've dried that bit off. Just trying to find somewhere to put my heat gun without it falling. Right, and now I've got some gold. So I need another brush. Oh, I've got one here. I've got a smaller one. So now I'm just working in the gold. Just getting it off my spatula. Like I said, you're not really going to see much of the front. It's more the back that you're going to see. And I do want to see a bit of the corrugated card as well. So I'll probably go over with some gilding polish as well. I'm just going to dry off, guys, then I'll be back. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to dry off and then I'm going to do the inside and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have done the inside as well. I've just painted it. It's, yeah, quite messy, scruffy looking. I've stitched around it. I'm going to leave all my threads hanging because it's going to be like a rusticy kind of journal. A bit scruffy at the bottom, but that's just how I like it. So which way do I want back and front? Yeah, I think we'll have that as the front. So I've got a piece of craft card. I've just folded it in half. I'm just going to glue it together just to do my cover on, just then it's a bit stronger. I always work on something. I don't work directly on the cover normally. I'm going to stitch around it, so let's just put the cover out the way for a minute. I have had a practice off camera to save time, and I've printed it out, she says. Where's it gone? Yeah, it has a little play. That's what my cover's going to look like. So let's go for it. So what did I have at the back? I had, oh, it's here. It's all still, so I've got this burlap. I might have to cut it down just a little bit. So it's not, yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to try my best to glue it on, and then I'm going to try my best to stitch around it. I'm going to only want to glue in the middle because I don't want my sewing machine to get all glue. Really needs a little bit on to keep it down. Let's just stitch in. Right, what did I have at the top? I think I had this lace at the top. Yeah, let's just cut a bit off there. Like I said, I will stitch around it, but if I can just hold it on, just temporary while I stitch around it. I don't want, look, because it's hard, isn't it, stitching onto lace. And then I had, this is vintage lace that I'm using. I bought a bundle from a lovely lady on Etsy. I bought quite a lot of bundles from a vintage lace. So again, let's just put a little bit on. I've got my sewing machine at the side of me because I stitched around the cover. Okay, and then I had this green fabric, which is like a cheesecloth kind of fabric. Let's just cut a bit off. Don't need such a big piece, and we can try and glue that on. What I'll do is like stitch around it all, and hopefully it'll stay on like that. Just cut a bit off the bottom. Yeah, I do tend to have a play when I'm doing a cover, you know, what I want it to look like. Right, what did we have next? Then I had this vintage doily that I bought at like an emporium, it's called. That was on there. It's quite stained. I have washed it, but it's still got stains on it. It's just old. What I'll do is I'll stitch around the outside of it, okay? And then I've got a little piece of the fabric like I've got down the spine. Let's just put a bit of glue on there. Okay, stick that there, just so the doily is still sticking out. Then I have got some of this, I don't know what you call it, it's like a netty kind of thing. It's really nice. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, put a piece down the bottom. I'm going to put a piece across the top. I'm hoping I can stitch this. I hope it doesn't go wrong on my sewing machine. Okay, what did I have next? Oh, I've got these little flowers. These aren't going to be stitched, so I can glue these on properly. A lot of glue in the middle. One there. And then, do you know what? I think I'm going to stitch it first before I stick them in. Yeah, let's just take that off. Let's just put them up there for a minute. Let's get rid of that glue. I'll have to just let that dry. I'll probably stitch it off camera when I've finished, guys, because I don't want to rush the drying process. Right, where am I up to? Right, I've got this little season's greeting that's going to go down there, but again I'm going to stitch it first. Let's put, I think I've got this Santa that's going to go on, but again I'm going to stitch around that. Let's put this ribbon on. This is what do you call it, oh, what's it called, this rick-rack. I couldn't think what it was called. Then let me just get a piece of tissue. Yeah, I'll finish it off camera because I'll have to leave it for an hour for this glue to dry, otherwise it'll just clog all my needle up. That's there, and then a piece across the top here. Just wait, I'll have to fill my glue up. And then I've got some little bows as well that I'm going to stick on just here. 2 little bows, but again I'm going to do my stitching first. That Santa's going to go on there, so that's going to be my cover. Let me just get my journal. Let's have a look what it'll look like. Everything needs to dry off for an hour or so before I start putting it through my sewing machine. So that's what it's going to look like, my cover. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think that looks nice to you guys. Let me know if you like it or not. See what you think. I just wanted to keep it quite rustic. I am going to use some gilding polish on this back here. I'll do that off camera as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope I've given you some inspiration, some ideas for your journal covers. Yeah, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. I love doing anything like this, especially with my paints and whatnot. Yeah, so as always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.